as I would do it outdoor, I'm going to pre-filter the water through my scarf so the filters won't get clogged as easily. Let's see how that goes. Oh, yummy. Oh, shit. You probably cannot see that here, but here's poop. Probably red deer. So I'm pretty confident that this water will be contaminated. Okay, I think that's enough. See? Okay. This container is supposed to be 10 liters, so we have now plenty of contaminated dirt water to experiment with at home. Here's how we start. I've prepared 5 cups to really make 100% sure they are sterile. I sprayed each and every one of those glasses inside with isopropanol 99.9%, wiped it out and let it evaporate. So it's sure that nothing is inside there. What I'm going to do now, I prepared this bag of dirty water with this tap, and I'm going to pour now the raw water inside here, and then I'm going to filter water through each and every one of the filters. Let me see. Put those aside so there is no accidental contamination. Okay, you can still see. Flow direction. I think I should have poured away the first little bit. Those filters are brand new, so there are probably some remains inside. But we will see that in the second run. Now, the issue is I would need to suck here and by that contaminate that thing. What I plan to do instead is use this oversized syringe. I designed and printed that adapter, and I'm now trying to suck with that syringe, which kinda seems to work. Okay, I think that's enough. The last one will be the MSR. That's not too promising. Look at that. There's water leaking. And I don't know if that's dirt water or clean water, but I assume it's dirt water. And this is a brand new filter. Come on. Trying to be careful here. Okay. Before I continue with anything, I'm going to wipe my hands and everything here down with isopropanol so we do not accidentally cross-contaminate something. This is the raw water. The raw water has this yellowish tint, which also Sawyer and MSR produce. And that's quite fascinating. Actually, we need to have it this way because the MSR and the Sawyer only claim to remove 0.1 micron. So basically they only remove bacteria and protozoa, while Grayl claims to remove chemicals and so on. And the same is for Ahlstrom, which surprises me. This is the China filter, the one with the big claims. And see the color difference. I wouldn't have expected that. So let's do the tests. I've prepared the bags for the test. The instructions for this say, put the test wipes for 2 seconds into the water, then put them into the plastic bag, store them for 48 hours in a dark room at room temperature between 28 and 38 degrees Celsius, which is not room temperature, it's pretty warm. After 48 hours, compare it to this scale here. Prepare it. 21, 22. Bag sealed. 21, 22. Okay, so the bacteria growth test is now started. The next thing I'm going to test is now this 16-in-1. We have a lot of chemicals to test for. Let's see how that goes. Let me read the instructions real fast. Submerge the strip into water, remove immediately. Wait 30 seconds for a color pad to change and check color against scale. It's actually I need to wipe my hand before I can grab the next one. Okay, from left to right. Raw water, Sawyer water filter, MSR water filter, Grayl water filter, Ahlstrom water filter. There doesn't seem to be too much of a difference. Obviously the MSR, there is some minimum deviation here in total alkalinity and pH. Maybe it was too fresh. Besides that, they look pretty much the same, especially if you look at the right side, the two filters, the Ahlstrom and the Grayl and the Ahlstrom, which were supposed to remove some chemicals. I cannot see any difference to before. Maybe minimum here, nitrate, okay. This is a little bit more magenta colored than this one, so maybe there's a little bit of removal, but I assume that those test stripes are not sensitive enough to make a good qualified claim here. But I wanted to show that for completeness. This is a food dryer where I've put the test stripes in a sealed bag, labeled. I'm going to switch it on. Inside I've put also a thermometer, including a hygrometer, so I know and can control temperature and moisture in there. And I will keep it in the required range. I will probably go to the middle. Let me check once again. It says 21 to 38 degrees Celsius, so probably going to 29 degrees Celsius. I'm going to switch back on and show you once we are there, and from there on we will start the 48-hour counter. Okay, it has now settled at 28 degrees Celsius. See if I can show you. 28 degrees Celsius, 28.1. I will start the timer now for 48 hours. This is day 2 and one of the contestants already left the competition. The reason was that it would blow out dirty water from here. I disassembled it to to see what the problem was, but I couldn't find a problem. The seal was tight. I have no clue. I contacted MSR service. They couldn't comment on that. They suggested to send it back to the supplier, which is what I'm going to do. So the MSR MiniWorks X is out of the competition, unfortunately. Now for the plan of the next 7 days. In the next 7 days I will put 1 liter of dirt water through each and every one of those filters. Pour the water back into the dirt water to keep them wet and dirty. And after that 7-day period I will do another bacteria colony and see how that changes. You will probably going to see that only as time lapse, but I want to show it to you once, what I'm doing, so you know what's happening in the next 7 days. Every day 1 liter of water through every filter. While doing this, you really need to make sure that you do not cross-contaminate. See, that is dirty water that actually should not pass the O-ring. If I now touch here and touch here, I have contaminated my clean water. So it seems this is also not fail-safe. So it's now really up to that line. I'm opening that thing, setting it up, and start. I'm leaning with my full body weight on there, pressing down as hard as I can. And stop. Okay. I'm excited to see how fast it was. Okay, now we filtered water through the Grayl. Next one, please. Right now it's even flowing through gravity. That's a nice feature, I would say, because you do not need to have you do not need to use force. It's just flowing by gravity, not squeezing. Okay. By the way, I learned that it doesn't matter whether you squeeze or not. There is a maximum flow rate determined by the pore size, which is logical. So if you squeeze harder, you won't get your water faster. You're just risking to have your pouch destroyed. See, because all of this is also part of a test. You need to use those filters over a longer period of time to see where possible cross-contamination might happen. The filter by itself, if you keep it sealed, might be doing the job, but if there's an inherent danger to contaminate the clean side, then it's worth nothing. You know, if the water has any chance to bypass the filter, then your filter is worthless. And you need to analyze the system filter that is supplied by the companies and check if there are any weaknesses in the chain. Okay, I think we have the 1 liter mark anyway. Yes, we do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to squeeze the bag as empty as I can. And put the plug on there, and the filter will be kept dirty and wet. The problem I could see with this filter is you don't see when it's clogged up, and you have no possibility to control the result of the filtering because it's meant to be just poured or sucked in your mouth. So I'm a fan of seeing the result of the filtering because this gives already a little bit of confidence in the filter itself. Bingo. Okay, now keep it wet and dirty. I'm going to pour this back here, and tomorrow and the next 7 days will be the very same procedure, but because it would be always the same, I will not film that.